Hi everyone, welcome to Straight from the Divine Tarot. We are Wednesday, November 5th, 2025. I'm here to do a general collective reading for you. I hope you've had a beautiful day. I'm truly grateful that you're here. I love you guys so very, very much. If you're new here, you know it's a timeless read, okay? It doesn't really matter when you come across this reading, and you're free to switch the genders and the roles if you need to. Just please use your higher wisdom and discernment and only take what applies in your storyline and nothing else. It's not advisable. Some people forget. Not every story is yours. Not every reading is yours. Not every card will be pertinent to your situation. So you can only take what applies. Like whatever cards come out that resonate with you, take them. If a card doesn't resonate, leave it alone. It's somebody else's, okay? I love you and I thank you so very much. We're going to go with this read. Yeah, base chakra in reverse. Oh, gosh. So somebody's really unstable. They're doing a lot of smex magic. Just finished one read about that. A lot of magic, illusions, deception, manipulations. Okay, they're wearing a mask. They don't have all the resources they need. They are failing and quickly. Everybody that they coerced, bribed, tempted, blackmailed, or just bullied into doing their dirty work they're taking on losses here. They're getting karma. They're finding out the truth. You or someone else is telling the truth. You've been telling the truth all along. You could be in a vlogger. You could be doing podcasts. You could be in the same kind of industry as this person. You could be famous. You might not be. You could be just on YouTube like here. You could be a therapist, a life coach, a guide of some sort, a reader, a spiritualist, anything like that. And they're stealing your work or trying to steal your work, or they're trying to steal your energy. And they're doing magic on you and everybody else. I mean, I can't make this up. Look at this. Magic. They thought nobody knew. They have no connection with God, okay? Their crown chakra is closed right off. They're trying to close your crown chakra. You're getting the downloads, they're not. And you know they're false. They're scared. They're insecure. They're doing smex magic or something like that. They're trying to block people from being aware of what they're doing. I don't know. Oh, they're trying to avoid a tower moment. This is ruin, okay? They could have had an internal disruption, or somebody in the crowd did. This is ruin. Yeah, they were celebrating this. This is a ruin of a cult, coven, secret society, a friend group. People are talking right now, yeah? They wanted to celebrate your unalive. Or they want to reconcile with you because you are the Phoenix Rising. Somebody's got three. Somebody's heartbroken. They're at a loss. It's over. Ending a cycle to begin a new one. Something to do with the online, traveling and they're moving. They wanted to be an empress. They can't be an empress, okay? Divine feminine energy, they can't create, okay? They destroy. Male or female, doesn't matter. It's over. Prosperity is not beginning for them. They're going to be uprooted. They're trying their damnedest right now to keep it under wraps. They can't. A lot of peaches here. One nut. Good. They're really unstable. This is a doppelganger. This is a false, a phony. Very karmic, chaotic energy. Yeah. Foundations and achievements. This is not their achievements. They're taking from other people. This is something that's distorted, male or female. Corrupt. They're in their ego. They're very prideful. They're arrogant. They're conceited. They have an image to uphold. This is bending to public pressure. So they got this group, cult, coven, secret society, or family to go against their better instincts to come up against you. It's broken promises here. Some people are losing their home, their livelihoods, their families. I don't know what this is because they partnered up with this person. And now all hell is broken loose. It's all in reverse here. It's corruption, conflict, and defeat. Taking a big fall here. Could be somebody high up. Okay? Could be a marriage. Could be an institution. Could be some sort of prophet wanting power. Wow. They're unstable right now. They're attacking people's lower, their root chakras. They didn't realize how strong you were spiritually. You saw through their illusions and broke free. They can't attach anything to you. They have an attachment. They're either harassed, oppressed, or possessed, okay? They're losing hope. This is not wish fulfillment. They're in their self. No, they have no protection here. They're doing magic without protection. They don't have a connection to source, or they're trying to break your connection to source. That's a big fucking no-no. Whoever tried to do this really didn't know. or they're really stupid. You're going up against God. Maybe they're totally cut off from God. I don't know. And they're going to have to deal with the demons, right? You're the authority, or God has stepped in. The real power, the real might, the real divinity. You can't go any further. Right there. Bossed up. Or they're realizing who the true boss is, and it's not them. This is somebody stuck in their ego. You know, lying to everybody, doing magic on everybody they work with or come into contact with. Force smacks. They're stealing energy from everybody. They know where they're going, so they're getting desperate now. Base chakra 1 in reverse. They are scared. It's a big fall. It's a big fucking fall. Rejections, God's protection. There you go. Bye, 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 bye. Drama king or queen. Bye, bye. You don't know your value. They don't value their own souls. They think their souls are cheap, not worth anything. Oh, they're finding out, right? Money is more important than love to this person. Sorry, it was different. They have serious regrets for hurting you. I bet they hit upon the wrong one or the right one. Okay, you're the right one. You were placed in their way to stop them. 333. You're highly elevated here. Yeah. Christ consciousness, maybe you're a ascended master, maybe, or this is somebody dealing with a secret society. You're getting the 33rd degree. Somebody beyond that, and they're getting the 3rd degree. They triangulated here. Okay, prayers are being heard. You have strong psychic abilities. Caution. They were cautioned. You are a psychic of some sort, or some sort of guide or something, and you cautioned them. They didn't listen, and it came from your heart. It really did. They didn't want to listen. It could be somebody that you were married to, in a relationship with, a friend, a relationship. It could be a family member. It could be anybody. Out of the goodness of your heart, you caution them, and over again I hear. Continuously caution this person to stop doing what they are doing, and they laughed in your face. So we have the base chakra 1 in reverse, and rejection is God's protection. God doesn't want he doesn't want to lose his children. We're all his children. It doesn't matter what color you are, what gender you are, what caste system you come from, what you believe are, what your beliefs are, what religion you're part of, if you are or not, whether you believe in him or not. He doesn't want us to go. He doesn't want to lose us. He will bring out the heavies to protect us, to bring us back home. He'll do what he needs to do. Okay, that's a parent. That's a true parent. It hurts them more than it hurts us. You know that old saying, right? But this one, I don't know. Sometimes you just gotta say enough is enough and wash your hands of it. I can't speak for God, but I feel the frustration. I really do. I feel the stupidness of coming off this person or these people. Okay? Oh, gosh. Somebody's trying to give off the impression that they're all that they're refined and they are slick, I hear. But not just slick, they're refined. They are, it's not bougie, they have class. But they're just an ass. They have no class, they're just an ass. Class isn't getting on all fours and twerking with your ass up in the air. Class isn't taking pictures of yourself with a bottle of Hennessy in front of some Lambo and grills. That's not class. Okay? Class isn't hurting others and bragging and wanting to get there quick and sleeping around to get your money or your establish some sort of reputation. That's not class. Class isn't doing magic on other people and taking their work because you're too lazy or this isn't for you. You know what I'm saying? That's not class. Just a mass. Crown chakra, or base chakra in reverse. Rejection is God's protection. They're being rejected everywhere, I hear. Their whole group has caught on to what they were doing. They were doing magic on Game Over. I can't make this up. They were doing magic on their whole group. Everybody they came into contact with, they were doing magic with. If they couldn't get them into bed, they were doing magic behind your back. They were doing magic on you as they were sleeping with you. If you're here listening, if you know this person, they got caught up. Finding evidence, getting caught in cheating. They cheated on everybody here, okay? No, it doesn't matter whether you're in a relationship with this person. Could be single, straight up single. But they were cheating people out of their energy, out of their money, out of their positions in life. Doing magic on these people. Taking a bit of their soul piece by piece, I hear. Somebody's going through a depression. They're sending you depression spells. Yeah, somebody's sitting back and watching this stuff go down here. Somebody's with a private relationship. Doing rugs. A copycat just came out in the last read. It's about to go off. It's about to go up in flames here. They could send out addiction spells on everybody, drinking rugs, so they don't feel alone in their own addictions if they have them. Be sending you Smex addictions, so they could say, well, at least I'm not the only one. Look at that one. You know what I mean? They want to pass the buck. They want to destroy. Listen, I said it in the last read. These demons want to destroy everybody. Okay? They do. They hate people. They hate humans. You can feel they hate the fallen angels. Oh, you know why they rebelled. They hate humans. They don't want to be... They don't want to take orders from Jesus. They hate that. We were here first. You know, God made the angels first. They didn't want to be subservient to humans. It is what it is. They think they're better. And they are better in a lot of ways. And maybe they're not. Oh, look at the sacrifice came out. Dedication, ritual, worship, and voluntary. Game over. We had a lot of chew on, a lot of mull over here. Deep thinking. Remember, solve puzzles, code word. Something to do with a code word. They're hoping. You bring hope to these people's lives. I don't know. Wish, expect, and desire. They're collecting people and souls. I just heard that loudly. They summoned something antique here. Or there could be something to do with stolen antiques. They're sampling everybody, taking a little piece of their souls. Wow. Imprisoning people. Storage, damp, and deep, or damp. Imprisonment. This is somebody from the bowels of hell. Or going to the bowels of hell. You used your intuition, your sixth sense here. Subconscious. You know this person's in the shadows here. They're not of the light. The other side, coexist, reverse side. This is transformation and change, okay? Newborn evolution. We're all here to ascend, to change, to evolve. This person doesn't want to, or this person doesn't want anybody else to evolve. They want everybody's soul to go downstairs. You know what I'm saying? Level up, promotion, and progress. There's somebody's under suspicion here. Vigilance, hostility, and jealousy. You're standing firm, or the divine is, or spirit is. Wide awake. Clean and decisive action here. Getting cut the fuck out. It is what it is. They will forever be a forgotten person. They will never be... They're going to come... There's a second death where you've never existed. It's over. Core past an old friend. They were greedy. Laziness, obsession. Cruelty and stupidity. I keep hearing that stupid one. They're trying to buy people's silence. They want you to be silenced. They're trying to silence you. There's a lot of coercion going on here. Hinting. They wanted to be popular. They wanted to be seen as hot. There's an investigation somebody's looking for. They're stealing your ideas. I got this yesterday. Investigation, explore, and search. It's all about finances here. Money, problems, work, success, fortune. So somebody's wondering, why the fuck is our money drying up? Why are we getting sick? Why is everything going up in smoke here? Because they took part in this. Divine timing. The divine stepped in. There's a whistleblower here. Betrayal. Again, betrayal. Report, expose, and leak. This is a cool down period. They're getting a bucket of cold water thrown on them. I got this in the last read. It's the equivalency of a bucket of cold water being thrown on them. They're going to have to take a cold fucking shower and keep it in their pants. Calm, pause, and solidification. Something to do with data, backup, and digital. You could be working online, or they're stealing, hacking people's things, or something. This is the key. You hold the key. It could be a dark. Sorry, I was looking at the clown. You could be a high priestess or a high priest or a hierophant. You are the key at the focal point of this. Maybe key people are involved, core of the problem, and they want to pass. Somebody wants a free pass here. They're a clown, that's why. Performance, camouflage, laugh at, and revenge. They're depraved. They're threatening people now, or they're under threat. Now they're sorry. There's an unspeakable, because what they did was taboo. And this is unfinished business because it's riding up their asses right now. They're doing glamour spells, mirror spells, reflection, reference, distinguish, and appearance. They wanted people to believe they were a certain way, which they're not. They're polluting people. This is a parasite. They glom onto people. Do you understand? Oh dear. It's almost over for this one. Okay. They're being dragged back to hell. So, base chakra 1 in reverse. Rejections, God's protection. Game over. Sacrifice. They try to sacrifice somebody they shouldn't have even tried. You don't sacrifice people. But it is what it is. They did a whole whack of rituals to hurt, glom, take, steal, destroy. It was all for nothing. Everybody involved in it is now getting their karma. It's an eye-opener. Like, if you're involved, if this... Okay, I don't know who you are listening. If you are involved in this, okay? Sorry, I just needed a sip. And you now see that you got suckered into something. I mean, the devil and the demons, they really work you, don't they? I'm not giving them any credit. So you fell for it. I can't tell you what to do. I could only say what I would do if I were in your shoes, which, thank God, I'm not. But I would turn to God. I would start praying earnestly. Start fucking praying. If need be, if you have an attachment, you suspect it, go to a Catholic church. It doesn't matter whether you're Catholic or not, and ask for help. See what they say. And even if one church says no, they don't want to deal with it, keep hitting the churches until you find one that will, because not all priests believe in exorcists. They don't believe in certain things. They don't want to truck with it. They're fearful. They're human, okay? You can't ask a priest, just because they're a priest, you can't ask a priest to go face to face with the devil if they're afraid. It's a special breed of persons that can do this, okay? Yes, they're afraid, but they do it anyways. But these are people that they know what they've done in their life, and they're not ashamed. They've healed. Everybody's a sinner. They've healed from it. They can't. The devil tries to hold things over you, to shame you, to get you off your stride. These are people that have strong faith. You have to have strong faith to deal with these things. And the devil tries to shame you to really wobble your faith. And the minute your faith wobbles, he gets in. So these people are strong in their faith. Not every priest is like that, okay? I don't know about other denominations. I just know because I'm Catholic. Or I'm not a practicing Catholic, but I do know the Catholics got it under lock when it comes to exorcisms, okay? They know how it's done. And they do it in a Latin Mass. It has to be done in Latin, or else it's not effective. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't know why. I don't purport to know why. That's like every baptism, Catholic baptism, they stopped doing it. After the ecumenical, the second Vatican, I can't remember what it's called, in 1962, I believe it was, they changed everything. They stopped doing these rites in Latin, which makes a big difference. You're not protected, because baptism, that's what it is. It's an exorcism. It's an exorcism of the new souls coming in, okay? And it's not done in Latin. I remember my son, he was older. I didn't get him baptized when he was younger, when he was first born, because the Catholic church that I was a part of, my parish wouldn't accept him because my ex-husband was Protestant. Therefore, my son, in their eyes, was born in sin, and they wouldn't baptize him. And I was upset. I was really upset. So when he was a teenager, 14, 15, I went to another Catholic church and asked if they would baptize him. And he was all for it. Yeah, no problem. But he wouldn't do it in Latin. And that was a no-go for me then. And then my son just said, I don't want to do it anymore. And I can't force him to do it. I hope one day he does. I just hope one day he does. Anyways, I'm digressing. It's just for people that are interested. What's the message here? You have to go to school for a year. That's the conditions of the Catholic Church. I remember I was born Catholic. I was confirmed, or communed, I should say, for my confirmation. I wasn't going to a Catholic school at that point. I did earlier. My middle school was not Catholic. It was a public one. So I had to go to private Catholic courses on Sundays, on the weekends, in order to be confirmed. I went through it, and it was kind of a drag. They would bus us from my parish to another parish downtown Toronto. I guess this was the diocese, the big one, to do all of this stuff. I don't know. It was like a year long. You got to prove you're dedicated, right? So anyways, base chakra, 1 in reverse, rejections, God's protection, game over, and sacrifice. So they could have tried to sacrifice the big one, big wig, you know what I'm saying? And it blew up in their faces. I can't make this up. Sacrifice. They're stuck now. They're trapped. The crows are going, what a ninny. What a dummy. No illumination. Don't want to let go. Don't want to let go. The crows are having a feast. And what is eyeballs? Anyways, somebody's taking some action. This is all about lust, power, new beginnings, taking action here. Somebody's wand is on fire. Don't touch it. Somebody has their hand on their wand or somebody else's wand all the time. Yeah, I need to be a big wig here. Look at this. Somebody's taking action. This could be you or someone else, male or female. It could be a divine masculine energy, bringing back balance to a situation, I hear. Taking action. Because against this King of Wands in reverse, this could be a warlock, a poser, a player. They're taking their authority away, see? It could be God taking his authority away. It could be somebody in a position of power or something. Somebody wanted to take your power away? No, I don't think so. The truth is out. Moon in reverse. Yeah, this is doing magic, illusions, deception, manipulation. Somebody's wearing 2 faces here or more. Very corrupt. It's coming back to bite them in the ass. They didn't want to stop doing what they were doing. It's time to stop. Yeah, this is a poser player. They felt entitled here. Very combative, stealing your work, ideas, or achievements. Very combative here. The truth is coming out. They're trying to hold back the truth. The truth is out. They thought they buried the truth in the stone. Again, Arthur. King Arthur. They wanted somebody's crown. They were fucking around with your crown chakra. Well, the divine's stepping in. This is Archangel Michael's sword, by the way. I'm really picking up Archangel Michael's interrupting their dreams here. They wanted to screw around with your crown chakra and sever your connection with God. They can slow you down so they can reap and harvest off of you. I'm picking this up so they can look like the responsible one. They wanted to slow you down. They want to look like the responsible one. They paid somebody to do that. Okay, so you overcame whatever this is. You're still moving forward. Let's see, where's this going? Ace of Swords. This is people are talking, truth and clarity. Oh, they got paid out of this. They're playing here. You gotta balance something out. Archangel Michael's balancing something out. They were getting paid or paying other people to do stuff. A family, they were getting paid by a family or a group or collective or community. They were working with a community. Paybacks here. Somebody's running for dodging the bullets here. Dodging the rain. Why am I saying the bullets? I don't know. They're trying to run for cover. They're still getting hit by the rain here. Maybe you need to go outside and, like I did earlier, walk in the rain. Somebody's heartbroken. It's ending. This is a completion. It's a 10. Somebody's a gold digger and a cloud chaser, male or female. They're jealous, they're lazy, they're codependent, clingy, they're materialistic, get-rich-quick schemes, they're a bully, they're attacking you. Something's happening quickly. It could be a raid. People are getting angry. I see. So they took this family or this group or this community, and they incited some sort of crusade against you, and they were leading it. You see how this one's got armor on them. So she or he was doing some protection spells on themselves and leaving this community open to the karma, the backfires. They didn't give a shit. They didn't think they'd get the karma for it. They're being led by some sort of demon. They have demonic attachments or something. You're divinely protected and guided, or they're being blocked here. Something's happening quickly. I think these people are catching on to who this person is, and now, yeah, they got them to do something wrong here. This was an imbalance. This was a crime, immoral, not fair. They compromised a lot of people. They're trying to block you from doing the right thing, or they're blocking somebody else from doing the right thing, from bringing back balance to a situation. Somebody's thinking this over. They're heartbroken. They've been sitting on the truth. Somebody knows the truth. There could have been at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. No, that's 4. 4, no, 5. I knew it. 5 unalives here. They're heartbroken to realize what they took part in. They split a mother and a child apart. Wow. Somebody's contemplating, strategizing, praying. They need to put something to rest with you. Yeah, something about stealing money, missed opportunity. See, God gives and he takes away as well. So somebody, before some money could get to you, they got in there and took it away from you. They know what they've done. Or they're losing money. Okay? They're stealing your spiritual gifts or trying to. Something's taking off here. Fast communication, fast action. There's fast forward motion here. These people were told that they'd be safe. They wouldn't get burnt. Nobody would know. At least 8 people took part in stealing from you or preventing you from receiving what's rightfully yours. They're trying to steal your spiritual gifts, your opportunities. Yeah, they did too much here. Somebody got injured or unalived, or they were trying to unalive you. Yeah, this poor judgment. This is karma time. They might want to race towards you to apologize or to try to balance things out with you because they know what's coming. There's no coming back after this. This is lack of awareness, acceptance, and accountability. They don't want to be blamed for this. They know who got them involved in this. This person kind of looks like they're not going to get hit as bad. Yeah, they wanted attention. Victory, success, reward, recognition. They wanted all the attention. They wanted it all for themselves. Wow. This might be being played out in public. Oh, they don't want the smoke here with God. They don't want this conflict. You walked away with your head held high. There was a lot of gaslighting, mind games, and power plays here. So this person gaslit everybody they were working with. They're blaming. They're fighting. Okay, they're fighting. You're not going to be you're not competing. You're not comparing. They're seeing clearly what's going on here. The blindfold is coming off. No longer mentally conflicted. They're letting this go or trying to. This is a tower moment. You knew all along, I hear. So they thought you didn't know. You knew all along because you have a direct connection with Source. That crown is in place, firmly in place. They were leading a crusade or something against you. Or now, there could be a couple that was doing magic on everybody. Now that the group that's compromised, they know the truth. They're hunting these two down. It's a tower moment. It's going to happen quickly. It's going to be suddenly. It's meant to redirect you. Whatever they were trying to build, it was built on a false foundation, giving off a false sense of security and false impressions. They didn't want to stop doing what they were doing. It's getting old. It's getting tiring. It's a permanent, profound ending. Somebody was resisting change. Seeing through the illusions. They want to break free. Whoever is working with this person or these people, they want to break free. They are realizing that they can't attach these things to you, and a false narrative and or an attachment or bindings. It's a non-binding contract maybe. You're not toxic. You're not karmic. You're not codependent either. You're free. They want to be free now. They see through the illusions. They peeped this person's game. They bore false witness. This could be divination, abuse, something to do with your work because you have success. They're trying to build their success off of yours. They lied. They owe you a lot of money. They were stealing money from you. They can't cough it up either. This is something that, okay, this reminds me, you know how he's hanging the pentacle on the wall? This is a show off. It reminds me of here on YouTube. You get it past 100,000 subscribers, you get that plaque. They want to show off. It could be on YouTube. It could be elsewhere. Or it could be anything, okay? They want to be the best. But it's counterfeit because they're stealing people's ideas. They were taking a huge gamble and they lost. In the last read, it's like, yeah, they're celebrating this. It's a group of 3, power of 3. People are talking about it. They were poisoning the minds of others. See how she's pouring the grapes, squeezing the grapes into these cups? They see that whoever this was they bore false witness, okay? They were stealing from you, taking from you. You're mentally, you've mastered your emotions. You've mastered your whatever you do for a living. They may want to reconcile with you. You're getting, people are celebrating you. They're talking about you. You remained emotionally balanced, stable, mature, loving, kind, nurturing, and sweet. You're very intuitive, male or female. You have a lot of love to give. This is the biggest cup in the deck, typically the Queen of Cups. You're very generous of time, energy, love. And they were willing to do whatever it took to win, to appear this way. And they were poisoning the minds of others against you. You're too smart. You're too intelligent. See that in that dolphin. You put a cap on this love. You had to, okay? You had to. You had to stop. They thought because you were kind, you were stupid, that you were weak. And they're finding out differently here, okay? They're talking right now. Could be a bunch of people stealing from you. I don't know. Yeah, it's falling apart. They're trying to build off of your energy, off your ideas, your creations. Non-cooperative. You're not going to help these people. Nah. This is greedy, selfish, very disrespectful. Not getting along with others, not cooperating. They're really worried this is falling apart on them. It's not their creations. They can't build off of you or anybody else again. They're scared shitless here. They're very burdened here. They can't eat or sleep. At least 9 swords here with, blood on them. They might be experiencing some sleep paralysis. They're a fool. They're scared now because everybody knows you're innocent. They are a fool. They played people for a fool. They have attachments. If they're trying to attach anything to you, they're being hounded by their attachments. This could be sleep paralysis. That's nasty. I've been through it before, okay? You can't move. You can't speak. Sometimes you can. I don't know. Everybody's different, I suppose. But you can't move. And you know there's a demon in the room with you. If not all Beelzebub himself. You know what I'm saying? Lucy. They're sitting there watching you. You can feel them moving around. You can hear them. You can smell them. And you can feel the hate coming off of them. They hate human beings. And it's enough to scare you to death. I swear to God. Okay? Why I went through it, because I asked God, why did you put me through that? Because he said, I wanted you to get used to it, because you're going to have to face them in your travels. Get used to them. They can't touch you. They're scary as all get-go. They are scary. They're not pretty looking, put it that way. But they can't touch you. Typically, they can scare you a good deal to where you're not thinking straight. They can make other people do things against you, potentially, if they're weak. Just stay strong. Keep your prayers up. The way to eradicate them, get them to leave you alone, and this has worked for me every time. They wanted me to experience this so I can help other people. All you have to do, and even if you can't speak out loud, okay, you should have to say it in your head. Call on Jesus. Say his name. Ask the Lord to help and save you, to protect you. Call on Archangel Michael. Invoke them, in other words, to come to your aid. Invoke, is that a good word? I'm not sure, because they sure did invoke these demons, didn't they? Call on your spirit team to come and help you. But Jesus' name, the minute you say it, they go. And that was my experience in the past. And thank God it's the past. When I asked God why, and it was for years, I would go to sleep and this demon would be in the corner of my room. Not every night, but often. And I felt, if I say anything about this, people are going to think I'm crazy. I remember going to a reader one time with my sister. We went to her house to get our cards read. And she looked at me right away and she goes, you still having those nightmares? And I didn't know what to say. I guess it's not quite a nightmare, are they? I went, yeah. And my sister's going, what are you talking about? What nightmares? You never told me. Well, I'm not going to tell anybody about it, okay? It's something that I had to deal with. There we go. There's proof and evidence here. They wanted to harvest from you. They underestimated you. Whatever they're trying to build, if you notice, it's not very verdant. It looks like the leaves are dying. They're not taking care of it. This is not there. It's not theirs. It's not their investment. They're a hoe. Okay, they sold their soul. They sold their ass. They sold everything. They sold everybody out. There's proof and evidence here. They're scared shitless. Yep, they can't get away from this. Whatever's attached to them, they can't get away from it. They wanted a life of luxury off your back because they are unstable and insecure, and they were greedy and selfish. Now they're insecure. They want a life of luxury off an angel's back. Somebody who gives and receives, very balanced. This could be you. And what you take out of the world, you pour back into the world. And very balanced, very patient, very giving. You transmute and alchemize. Oh boy. So they wanted you to appear unstable, but you transmute and alchemize. And you're still pushing forward here. They're watching you, and somebody's watching them watching you. They went to the crossroads. This is a fall from grace. Somebody was very smug, full of themselves, selfish, a know-it-all, and a show-off. They're going to have to let this go, or they're going to get let go. Somebody's unstable and insecure. They could have been restricting you. Somebody wants to let go, be released from this. They have no protection. This is not wish fulfillment. This is a fall from grace. Okay? It is what it is. Yeah, they are in debt to the devil. They're in debt to others. They can't play games anymore. They can't balance this out. They were reckless, careless, and foolish. They took unnecessary risks. They're going through a dark night of the soul. There's nothing in these cups, and they're realizing it. They bore false witness for sure. Okay, this is no coming back. They don't want to heal their inner childhood wounds. This is a dark, dark place they're in. Could be losing everything. They're stuck in a loop. You got a lot of burdens on their back. They want to get paid for doing nothing. They want to jump classes. They want to be seen as classy, but they're not. They're just a pauper. They're acting like a pauper. They're not bold. They're rude. There's a difference between being bold and precocious and rude. This person's rude. Just gimme, gimme, gimme. There's no matters attached to them whatsoever. People are going, yeah, I'm not going to give you a damn penny anymore, okay? Kind of looks like they're getting kicked out of their home. I don't have any money. Just help me. Just help me. Well, you live in this house, sell this house. Because it was a stolen home, maybe. Or you have a business, sell the business. Somebody's not giving them any grace period any longer. Whoever this is, it's over for whoever this is. Yep, they have to cut their losses. It was a bad, bad situation. There's nothing in these cups. Could be a drinker. It's time to move on. It could be the authorities coming in, kicking them out. Yeah, cut their losses. They're emotionally invested for sure. They're digging in their heels. They're refusing to move on. Or they're hoping to come back towards you, maybe. Save my ass. My saggy, stankin' ass. Yeah, they want to come back to the Empress, divine feminine energy. Wow. Whom they can't sacrifice, whom they let go of, whom actually knows what's going on, because Spirit's with them. So you alchemize and transmute. They want to come back into your energy. There's illumination here. Letting go and letting God. Surrender. You surrendered it to God. Yeah, this is pure love here. They're in their emotions. You're happy. You're healthy. You're divinely protected. You showed them nothing but love, and they showed you nothing but hate. People are realizing this. It is what it is. You give birth to children and or to new creations, whether it's artistic, very artistic, creative, male or female. You're down to earth. You're loving. You're kind. Yeah, this is a pick-me. This was a scam artist. Doing magic on you, love spells on you. It's not working. Somebody wants to be the greatest. Pick me. I want to be on. You can't trust them. Knight of Cups. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Not the rite of passage. They could have been intercepting your money or your mail. They're impersonating you. This is a love bomber, whatever this is. They're not paying your money. They don't want to give you your money. They're stuck. They have an attachment, are out of control, or they're going to jail. Okay? Yeah. The dark high priest or priestess. What I tell you, they're doing magic. They're shit talking, unwise counsel, or they're very promiscuous. They're definitely having smacks with everybody. The secrets are not coming out. Somebody's not watching online, or the secrets are coming out online. Take it for whatever it is. Somebody's gathered some information. Somebody with a higher perspective. Oh boy, somebody's scared. Somebody has no integrity, loyalty, and honesty. They're going to have to humble themselves here, okay? Out of control. This is a gold digger, a clout chaser. They don't know their value and their worth. People don't want to touch this with a 10-foot pole. It's like, no, get the fuck out. I don't want none of your favors. I don't want none of your nothing. Just go away. There's a gold digger, a clout chaser, greedy and selfish and jealous. This is not going to be a star. This is not wish fulfillment. Somebody's feeling ashamed. They're losing hope here. This is not wish fulfillment. Losing hope. This is a family, long-term stability. It's a 10 coming to an end. Long-term stability or family and or conglomerate or some sort of corporation. There's false illusions here. Someone was delusional. There was nothing in it. False promises of fame, of fortune, whatever this is. Your ancestors have stepped into the building. I just hear. It's all confusion. Somebody got bribed or tempted or blackmailed to cover something up. And here comes the popo. They don't see this coming. They got clouds in their eyes, I just heard. What song is that again? That is Elton John. Oh, if I remember, I'll try to post the song. They're not happy. You're under the canopy of the universe. You overcame. This is universally driven. This is victory for you. They need to take accountability. This is awareness. This is radical acceptance. They need to bring back balance to a situation. They need to move and or, I don't know. They're not happy. Somebody's sick. Yeah, this is a warlock, a criminal. They're hiding and cloaking a lot. There we go. They're hiding the fact that you're innocent. Something to do with a child. You're innocent. Now they want to apologize. Remember, there's a fish and shit in this cup. You're speaking the truth. You set boundaries. You cut people out. You're not playing around here, okay? This is your crown they tried to take. The angels are placing that crown back on your head. So it was all lies. They felt entitled to your crown. Male or female. You could be a speaker. They're throwing rocks and hiding hands. They're feeling sorry for themselves. They wanted to reject you. This could be a drinker. Doesn't have to be, but they wanted quantity over quality. They wanted it all for themselves. They're a glutton. This is a karmic situation. False contracts, all one-sided. And here's our Angel Michael stepping in. Give me that fucking sword. Let me deal with him. He's not looking too happy. I know he's not happy, okay? Because I speak to him all the time and he speaks to me. He's not happy. This is somebody with authority stepping in and going, no. Let me sever the cords. No. Let me send this person where they belong. Not anywhere near decent people. Yeah, this is false. This is a false person. They're going towards lack and loss here. This is financial ruin, spiritual jail. Time is up. They're unleashing the angels. You foresaw this? Somebody at a distance letting go? This is embarrassing and disgraceful. Oh boy. Yeah. Somebody's in their emotions, drinking maybe. They're a disgrace. Male or female, okay? They have no emotions. They have no more energy. See, this King of Cups, the cup's not in his hand. He's not looking too happy. He or she. Okay, they're not going to get any more energy from you or anybody else. This is somebody that's very malicious, ruthless, and cruel, emotionally manipulative, emotionally unavailable, and immature, self-serving, and self-absorbed. Very dangerous, potentially, especially dangerous. Yeah, this change here, this fate. Gold digger and a cloud chaser. They're not happy. And now they're on their own. Nobody trusts them. This is a karmic soul tie. They don't see eye to eye. They cause a lot of disharmony wherever they go. They don't care. People are blocking them off. They now see this person as the enemy at their gate. A wolf in sheep's clothing. You overcame, persevered. You put up some boundaries. Now this person is very, very defensive and paranoid. People are bracing themselves against this person. They know they're evil. They smell it. You know, they could be homeless. They're blocked from their home. They can't go back home or to a business. Somebody's unstable. There's no redemption. Party's over. Okay? No redemption. Yep, they got caught. They have to come clean. They're not getting away with this. 7 of Swords in reverse. With their magic, with their hoe bagging. Somebody's angry. They're jealous. They're abusive. They're a bully. They don't create. They have no authority, no spiritual protection. This is not a leader. This is somebody that wants to push people around, use their sexual wiles to get their way. Male or female. It's disgusting, okay? It is really disgusting. So, too much emphasis on smecks. It could be smecks magic, attaching things to people, using smecks, or stealing their energy, making people unstable. They're unstable. They're using magic for sure. 1 in reverse is magician. A lot of lies, illusions, deception, manipulation, corruption. Wearing a mask. They're detached from God, or they're trying to screw around your crown chakra. So you don't get your downloads, or they're trying to steal your downloads. Okay? There's a price, a heavy price for that. Yeah, you think you're all that in a bag of chips, right? There's a master manipulator trying to sacrifice you and others. Well, it's over. They're going to have to sacrifice themselves here. Dedication, ritual, worship, voluntary. They did it voluntarily. Or they're looking for volunteers now, new volunteers, to take on the brunt of these backfires and karma. I don't think so. Yeah. People are thinking about this now. Oh my gosh. Deep thinking, remember, solve puzzles and code words. Now they're remembering. Oh my gosh, yeah. This person kind of didn't do the dirty work. We all did, right? That's game over. They got caught up. Finding evidence, getting caught in cheating, and whatever. It doesn't have to be smacks. There's a lot of smacks here, but place it where it belongs. They were using people. Okay, rejection is God's protection. Drama king or queen is involved. I don't like this energy. I really don't. Okay. It's about time, I hear. It's about time they come down off their high horse. And it's obviously somebody else's high horse. You know what I'm saying? It's a fake and a phony. The usurper. Oh, it's a great, yeah, okay. We can just call this person the grand usurper. There we go. Where are we going with this? They thought they were going to be great. They'd be famous. They'd be rich off of the backs of others by taking all parts of their soul, little by little. Keep cleansing yourselves, please, okay? Where are we going with this, please? Where are we ending this with collective? Yeah, it's a doppelganger. It's a very chaotic, toxic energy. 3 in reverse. Commanding, controlling, possessive. They are possessed. Trying to devalue you, disempower you, make you do the sacrifices. They're not willing to sacrifice. I'm telling you, Archangel Michael's got his foot on somebody's neck, okay? It is what it is. Could be a power of attorney, wanting power and control. It could be anything like this. Yeah, 28. In reverse, that's a 10. That's they wanted your destiny, maybe. They're no divine being. Okay. Not everybody's a divine being. You got to be okay with that. Honestly, you know, I equate the divine beings to angels. Not everybody's an angel. There are differences. God has made angels and he's made humans. You got to be okay with who you are. Okay? It is what it is. This is karma coming back to bite them again. Archangel Michael's got his foot on somebody's neck. It's all falling back on this person. Yep, taking action. This is magician. Taking action. Co-creating with the divine. Manifesting. You have all the tools you need for success. Somebody's taking action here. This is conscious awareness. Everybody knows what this fool's all about. 24. So karmic. Karmic relationship. False contracts. All one-sided. No peace, harmony, or contentment here. Damn. Consequences. That's what it is. Learning lessons. People are going to say, or this person's going to say it was done behind their back without their consent. It was against my will. Come on. We all make our choices in life, whether there's spell work or not, okay? Even under spell work, you know right from wrong. Yes, they could put some sort of spell on you, which it's really excruciatingly hard to deal with. It clouds your judgment, whatever this is. But at the end of the day, you just get up and leave. Take a cold shower if it's menstrual. Refrain. Get away from rugs and or alcohol if it's anything like that. Or do you understand what I'm saying? Get away from these people or this person. Go sit in a church for an hour. Pray. You got time to go out and party. You got time to sleep around. Go to a church and pray for an hour. Protect yourself. So we have victory. You've won, or someone else has. Either way, the conflict is coming to a close. If you are the victor, be magnanimous and merciful. Make peace with former foes if you can. If you are not victorious, be gracious in defeat. Go forward from this point with a positive attitude. Either way, listen to the better angels of your nature, and you'll be stronger for whatever challenges present themselves in the future. In the reverse, beware of bloodlust. There is no need to punish anyone. So this person was getting you, and or if they're listening, this person was coercing people to come after you. Take it out on you. Take it out on others that were innocent. And they thought they wouldn't get the karma attached to it or the backfires, and they were wrong. Maybe these people that were working with this person thought they were covered and protected. They are wrong. Wrong, wrong, wrong. You can't keep doing this stuff and feel that you're going to be forever protected. God will give you enough rope to hang yourself. Are you sure you want to make this decision? Are you sure? Alrighty. Let's see where this is going to go. Intimidation. Someone may be trying to exploit your weaknesses or what they perceive as weaknesses. Don't buy into their view. Don't let yourself be intimidated and held down by a lack of confidence. This is in keeping. Stand up for who you are and what you believe in. If you are the one who is intimidating others, ask yourself if this is really how you want to win. Are you sure you want to do this? There's a big difference between being a leader and being a bully. In the reverse, someone is distorting the facts. Don't give any power to idle threats. It's in keeping. 1. Denial. Somebody doesn't want to hear it. They want to hear all nice and pretty things, right? There's 2 butterflies here and a lot of bees. Bees might have something to do with it. Hive-minded. You go do what I want you to do. And don't give me no flack. Just do it. Right. Could be 2 people at the head of this. I don't know. They wanted their lives. They wanted the pretty life. And you guys just, go sit there in Caterpillarville or something like that. I want it all for myself. So the world can be a mean, scary place. Sometimes you need to shut out all the ugliness and only give your attention to pleasant, pretty things. But you've taken it too far. Don't cover your ears and deny reality. When you're in denial about your problems and hope they go away on their own, you may put yourself in danger. Don't deny it. Even a small difficulty can easily become a real mess if you refuse to deal with it. In the light aspect, things are not nearly as bad as you fear, so don't exaggerate. So listen, for the ones on the outskirts and the periphery, foot soldiers, I hear, you're going to get some karma. It stands to reason, okay? And let's be fair. Let's be frank about it and honest. But it doesn't have to be as bad as you might be fearing it might be, okay? Turn to God. Make amends. Atone. Apologize. Whether whoever you harm wants to hear it or not. Make a point to try to apologize. Don't make excuses, okay? Because that's just so irritating. Just say, I did this, that, and the other thing, and I'm sorry. And hopefully you mean it. Even if you have to send them a letter or a message, a text, call them, or it's best face-to-face. But if you can't do it face-to-face, it's best to get that out of the way. Go to the police if there's police involved. Go to the church. Do what you need to do. Report this person. Clean your hands of it. Get the blood off your hands. And by God, turn to God. Turn to God. Okay, He is a forgiving Father. A forgiving God, after all. Yes, it's scary, especially when you offend Him. That shame. I remember when I stood in front of Him. I'm not a bad person. I've done bad things. I'm not a bad person, like per se. This kind of stuff. Never done that. Never would. But I was shamed. Like I felt so ashamed in front of Him. He commanded me to look at Him. I couldn't. I couldn't even move. Because it was the shame I was feeling that I've offended Him and just the way I was and how I was and what I believed. And I could have done better. I could have, do you understand what I'm saying? I felt really, really ashamed for offending Him. He stood in front of me. He wasn't scary looking. He wasn't threatening me in any way. He looked very loving. But I knew I disappointed Him. Or maybe that's just me thinking I disappointed Him. I don't know. I don't remember much after that. The only thing I remember before it kind of cut off and I can't really talk about it was He placed His hand in front of my face to either bring my face up or to lift me up. One of the two. And there was something very, very different about His hand, about His appearance. Because I saw Him when I first was in this room with Him. I saw Him. He was standing before me. I was the only one there, other than Mother Mary standing to His left. But she wasn't watching. She wasn't looking. She was looking off to her left, as if she was giving us a private moment. I was shaken inside, though. And for people who don't believe in it, I pray and hope that you do get confirmation that's going to trust me and believe that's going to turn your thoughts about that around. He is real. He does exist. And we got to stop mocking Him. Plain and simple. He is the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. And he's trying to bring us all home. And that alone means a lot. I mean, we're not perfect. We shit on everything as people. We really, really do. We shit where we eat. Even animals don't do that. We're ungrateful. We think we're better than. And I'm including myself in that too. We're human beings. We're fallible. We make mistakes. We're easily convinced of. We see things on TV. We believe it. We listen to people's stories. We believe it. We get on hate trains and crusades. And we don't think for ourselves, do we? We're looking at what other people are doing and we try to follow because we're afraid. We got to stop that. Let's get a couple of these and then we'll end this. I'm sorry about the long spiel, but somebody needs to hear it. How am I so adamantly convinced that God is real? Is because I saw him. He called me forth and he talks to me. He is real. He's created miracles in my life that cannot be disputed. Where are we going with this, please, Spirit? Thank you. Son, this is Father, right? Source. Happiness and well-being. Arrow, you are on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. You're moving forward here, okay? You might have been in kind of like a desert setting. Yeah, somebody's a pig, somebody's a glutton. Beware of greed. Oh, I'm thinking of the story of Jesus when he exorcised that one person, and the demon said, "Don't send us back from whence we came." They'd do anything not to go back there. But certain people in this world are destined. They give their souls up willingly. They want to go there. I don't get it. Anyways, he sent them into the pigs. But the pigs went running off the cliff. Broken wishbone. The wish will not be granted. Carrots. So somebody was dangling carrots in front of people trying to get them to do their dirty work. Opportunity or windfall. These people were thinking, well, I'm going to get something out of it. Well, this person lied to you. I hate to be the bearer of bad tidings, but it is what it is. Kite, vacation. Something about a vacation. Maybe they promised a vacation, or I don't know. Life was going to be a vacation. Broom. Yeah, new homes, new attitudes. Jump in the broom. Maybe it's a witch, warlock, riding their brooms. Crib, new homes, whatever this is. Birth or conception of a child or enterprise. And love. So they promised you, or these people, all kinds of things. New homes, riches, vacations. Oh, you can be beautiful and handsome. You have all the stuff you want or need, living the life of the rich and famous. Parrot. Someone will gossip about all your secrets. And spear. Heartache over what you no longer have. So people were placing all their hopes and fears, or all their hopes in materialistic things, instead of, trusting in themselves, doing the right thing. Cobwebs. Protected from negative forces beyond your control. They're heartbroken because you were protected. It is what it is. Or they're not. I don't know. It is what it is. This is ancient. I heard this is ancient. This fight's been going on since the beginning of time. Let's be frank, okay? And people fall for it all the time. And I'm not making fun of you. Somebody out there is probably feeling insulted that I say that. I know you're not stupid. But this person, with the spell work and with their smooth talking, talked you into doing stuff that you shouldn't have done. And now it's time to turn it around for yourselves, okay? I know they're listening. I love you guys. I truly hope that this finds you and you're able to let this go and heal. I love you, and until next time, take care.